In video tutorials, sometimes we have to zoom in on our screen to enlarge any specific part of our screen to explain something. We stay there for some time and then we zoom out to the original screen position. This is an effect that looks great in video tutorials and helps us to focus the attention of our students to a specific part of the screen. And this is the effect that we achieve during the video editing process. And in this video, I'm going to show you how we can zoom in on a screen in a video, stay there for some time, and then zoom out. So without further ado, let's get started. So let me explain quickly. At this point, I want to zoom into this part of my screen where there is an image. So I zoom in. Then I explain whatever I want to explain at this point, and then I zoom out back to the original position of the screen. So let us see how we can achieve this during the video editing process. And I'm going to use Filmora Video Editor, but I think that similar functionality is available in all video editors. Now I am in Filmora and I have loaded my video clip. There are 3 actions we have to do: zoom in on video, stay there for some time, and come back to original screen position. So on this video clip, we have to get 3 pieces of this clip where we want to perform these actions. So let's say I put my needle where I want to start zooming in on video. So I split the video clip at this point by clicking on this scissor. And now, for example, this is a location up to which I want to zoom in. So we make another split here. Then we want to stay there for some time explaining something. Let's say this is the second part. So I split again. And then I want to come back taking roughly the same time which I took to zoom in. So this part should be equal to this part roughly for a good effect. So I make a split here as well. And now I double click on the first part. And there is a crop tool. I click on that. Then I will see this screen. On this screen, there are 2 tabs. One is crop, one is pan and zoom. So in the first part and in the third part, we are going to pan and zoom. And in the middle part, we are going to crop only. So I click on pan and zoom. Now I have 2 rectangles. One is the larger rectangle covering all the screen, showing in cyan color. Then there is a smaller rectangle showing in red color. So my starting point is shown by the larger rectangle and my end point is shown by the smaller red rectangle. So I have to place this red rectangle covering the area where I want to zoom in. So I click on this smaller rectangle. Now this becomes cyan color and the larger rectangle becomes red. And now I place it where I want to zoom in. Now here is a very important thing you should know. You must place it in a position where you can put some reference. Now I want to place this at the corner of this cell, and now I want to resize this a little bit so that I can zoom to only this part of the screen. So this corner, the top left corner, I must know where I am putting this rectangle, because otherwise there will be a little bit of movement that we don't want. So you must know some physical reference here. And the second thing you should note is, what are these 2 values? 712 width and 400 height, because these values we will be using. So now if I press OK and now I move this video, as you can see that it is zooming in up to that point. But at the end, it suddenly comes back. This is not what we want. We want to stay there for some time. So now we click on the second part and click on the crop tool again. And now we want to stay in the crop area and we want to change this width value to 712 and height value to 400 value that we noted in the previous step. And our screen becomes of that particular size. And now we click on this and now we drag it and place it at the same physical location that we have noted. The top left corner is near the end of this cell. So I place it roughly there and now I click OK. And now what happens is that first it zooms in and then it stays there. You might have noticed a little bit of movement at the end That is because we have not placed it precisely at the same location. So this was part 2. Now in the third part, we want to go back to the original position. So now I click on that, and now again I click on this crop tool, and now we want to be in pan and zoom area, and now our start and end rectangle should be switched because now we want to start from the smaller and end on the larger screen. To do that, we click on this icon from near to far. And when we click on that, our start rectangle becomes smaller and our end rectangle becomes full screen. And now we click on the smaller rectangle and set its size to 712 by 400. And now we place it where we were in the second step and then click OK. And now if I play from the beginning, the first part, we are zooming in, then stay there, explaining something, and then we are zooming out back to the original screen size. So this is how you can achieve zoom in on a video and zoom out during video editing. So I hope you like this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching and see you next time.